Good morning, greetings and salutations. This is Tamaya Stokes for Wonderless Life coming to you again from Kingston, Jamaica. Thank you for watching. Make sure if you enjoy the videos, if you found something interesting or helpful, that you subscribe and share with at least 5 friends so that we can get our followers up and we can make sure that we can continue to see these lovely videos. All right, so I'm in New Kingston. I'm in Jamaica. As you guys know, this channel is dedicated to travel. Let me go ahead and get this camera situated. I'm sorry. It's dedicated to travel. I do a lot of solo traveling. This year I decided to start documenting it, and then of course COVID-19 came in and crashed everybody and changed all of our lives. So as of June 15th, countries have started to reopen. Jamaica was the first country to open its borders to travelers. And Jamaica is my favorite country, so here I am again. I made a video talking about the process of coming through the airport, the not re-entry, but the application process and getting approval to travel here. There were several things that I touched on in the video. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. It's there. It's a great informational video. Jamaica requires testing for high-risk countries. USA, high-risk country, which is fine. I tested before I came, and when I got here, I was given a nasal swab and a throat swab. Fine. I watched every press conference that there was up until the date of travel. As of June 1st, they opened the borders and allowed flights to come in, but they were mostly from June 1st to the 15th, it was for Jamaican nationals that needed to return home because everything was, blocked and people were able to travel and return home that were on vacations and whatnot. So from the 15th of June to the 30th of June is for anybody else that wanted to come. I watched every press conference they had. I read every article in the newspaper. I visited Prime Minister Andrew Holness's page daily, updating everything that I needed to know. Kept detailed records, kept screenshots, and kept screen scrapes of his press conference so that I would be able to share the information with others who were traveling as well and not share what I thought, but share facts. So one thing that I was not aware of, there was a tourism quarter, which I knew, which stretched from the North Coast, I believe it was, from the Grill until Port Antonio or something. I'm not exactly sure, but I have documents. I have the graph that shows the tourist quarters, which I wasn't going into any of those areas. I was going to Montego Bay, Ochi, and then into Kingston like I am now. So the exact area, I don't recall the name of it, where it ended. Long story short, when we got to the airport, now keep in mind every day up until travel I was watching, we got to the airport, they made us sign documents, and I'll upload that as well, stating that we would not leave the tourist our villa, our actual villa, that we would stay on the resort. If you had a private home, you would stay in your home and quarantine for the duration of your trip, which is not what anybody agreed upon. But the thing about it is I never do resorts, and I did a resort this time. I did the S Hotel. I did a video of the room just because when I came on my first part of my trip, I was bringing other people with me. Like my girlfriend wanted to come down and she came and enjoyed it. I had somebody else that wanted to come down. So before I came into Kingston is where I dwell, which is where I love Kingston, and I have friends here. I did Montego Bay so that we could all be together and, not be in any other element but vacation element. And it went great. It was gorgeous. The S Hotel was awesome. So I didn't need to leave the resort. We were able to go get food in the area. Our resort was not, a stickler. I heard some resorts were not allowing guests to leave, and if you left, you were refunded your money and told you couldn't stay there. I didn't see that happen. My hotel said that they weren't informed of that change and that we could leave. They called cabs for people who wanted to leave. It was just a different situation. The immigration officer, the officer that's sworn in as a public servant, also explained to me that, I'm not a prisoner. I can leave if I need to. So I didn't need to leave, so I didn't, for the most part. We went in the area and got food and came back. My beach was Doctor's Cave Beach, and that's connected to my resort, so that's mainly where I was, at the beach, and inside the resort I had everything I needed. So that document that you have to sign says you can't leave at all. They also had the tracking device on your telephone, which is an app that you can download from the App Store. It gives you alerts every couple of, randomly throughout the day, and you log your temperature inside the app, and it gives you a 4-digit code each time the app alerts you to check in, and it gives you a 4-digit code that you have to make a video and repeat the code in the video and upload it and submit it for a health check-in. Cool. Only part that's annoying because it goes off sporadically. I don't care about the sporadically part throughout the day because I'm not anywhere where I'm not supposed to be. It's that it'll do it 5 times back to back in the morning. like 10 o'clock in the morning, and then it won't do it at all. Like Sunday, I didn't get any alerts to update until probably 10 o'clock at night and it started going off. So I just did my alerts, did my health check-ins, and kept it moving. Not a big deal for me. Jamaica, well, I traveled from Montego Bay by vehicle to Kingston. That's what I put on my immigration form as well. I put 2 separate addresses on there because I'm not technically a tourist for some aspects of the tourism categories. So I changed my travel dates. I was going to Ochi for 2 days and I changed my mind. I came straight into Kingston. So I had to give Minister of Health office a call to update that address. And so it update the change of dates in the system. Not a problem at all. Updated it. When I checked in, I had no alerts as I was traveling. I didn't have any, people said that you would get a call if you went out of the zone. Nobody ever called me. Maybe because I did what I was supposed to do. I updated the change and I would be traveling on that date. But I never got a call. I've never had anything happen. No one's reached out to me. So that's cool. That part is cool. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm home now working inside my Airbnb. Also, I've been here since Sunday the 21st. Today is the 30th. I don't have my results yet. When you come in, they tell you you're not supposed to leave your room, wherever you're staying, 24 to 48 hours, you should get the results, but you don't leave until you get the results. You never get the results. Each person that I talked to inside the resort, each person, not one person, and I was talking to everybody. I got pictures of me and all people from Australia, just all over the place, just being the friendly person that I am. And no one has gotten results. My girlfriend is back home in Atlanta, Georgia with no results yet. So, if anything, Jamaica should at least follow up with that part, because if people are staying in, waiting, and trying to be respectful of the country, I understand that I come from a high-risk country. I'm not, concerned that I have it. Although, people can be asymptomatic. I get all that. I was tested before I left because it's free. You don't have to have any symptoms in Atlanta, Georgia, where I'm from, Gwinnett County, to get tested. They have drive-up. It's testing at Walgreens and parking lots of church. So I'm not concerned that I have it, but if people are listening and doing what they're supposed to do, which everyone should in another country visiting, they're not getting results. So essentially the government is saying stay in your room, which is unfair. Being transparent is one thing, but saying something that will happen that will hinder your vacation or allow you to spend extra money and then it doesn't happen, it's a deterrent for tourists. So that part they should follow up more on that. No one has contacted me to date about any results, which I'm not, concerned. Apparently, like everything else, no news is good news, so that's fine with me. Let's talk about social distancing and how the community is treating the virus. I was concerned at how Americans would be perceived or received in the country. No problems at all. The same as always, just loving people here, being very friendly, very nice. They can hear my American accent, as I'm told it's called. I don't know I have an accent. I thought it was just talking regular. And everybody else had an accent, but they can hear my American accent. People are looking, doing the same thing that they normally do, smiling, being super friendly. No issues at all whatsoever. When I was in a hotel, I tipped everybody lovely. Like, I understand you guys. So this country has been shut down. People who live off of tourism haven't been able to make money. So I'm giving out tips. I'm giving out $10, $20 whenever I can for whatever services. When we left the hotel, they gave me gifts. Like, literally, she brought the waitresses that were serving us breakfast, which was included in our room, were actually bringing trinkets, like, for us to take home because, we treated them well. They were good people. It was a really, really nice time over there. But as far as how, the community, they're receiving us and people are saying, oh, you guys are going to be treated like this because you're from America, I haven't experienced any of that. And I'm in Kingston. I'm in the regular part. Like, I haven't received any of that treatment. I don't feel any kind of way like people are scared or treating me weird. They're wearing masks for the most part. Social distancing and the mask wearing is the same as the States. Some people do, some people don't. Some people say it's a hoax, that it's not real. Some people say it is, but, just wash your hands or whatever. But it's the same as the States. Some are doing it and some are not. And, it's your responsibility to be proactive about your health. So if you feel concerned or you're afraid or you feel that you shouldn't travel, don't travel. Just because the government says it's okay, if you personally feel that it's not something that you want to do, don't do it. The government can't force you to travel, but also people with fears can't force you to stay home because they're afraid. So, here I feel safe. When you walk inside buildings, they're spraying your hands down with hand sanitizer and whatnot. That's a great thing. Many businesses are enforcing social distancing. When you go into business, you can't stand within 6 feet of people, which is fine. Other businesses aren't. So just depends on where you are. The same as the States. Some grocery stores you can walk in and people can stand with you and stand on your back and they won't say anything. And then some are being a little bit more conscious about the social distancing and making sure they don't have to close their business. So right now, Jamaica, you're probably safer than you are in the States. Some people, so listen, they implemented new protocols as of July 1st. Today is the 30th. So tomorrow will be new protocol where you're not being tested in the airport, where you can bring in, if you're traveling from high risk areas and not countries, it's areas like New York was listed, Florida was listed, and Arizona was listed, and I don't know what other states was listed, but as high risk areas, you have to have COVID tests within 7 days of travel. Some people are being tested in the airport. I believe the Prime Minister said that there will only be testing for people who are traveling for business. People who come in who have property or whatever business they have here, and they need to hurry up and get in the community and not quarantine or whatever they need to do. Those people are being tested immediately so that they can have access to what they need for their business. So the normal people aren't being tested. They are, like I said, bringing in the paperwork from their previous country. So those people are being tested for travel business purposes, and they have a different set of rules now. As of the 1st, they've extended the curfew for 1 hour. Clubs and concerts are still not active, but bars have been open, which are the same thing. People are keeping private parties. There's not supposed to be gatherings over 20 people unless it's a funeral. That hasn't changed, but people are still having parties. When we reached Sunday, there was a huge river party. When I say huge river party, it was mad people at the party. Mad people, music, food, liquor, free this, free that, and people were swimming, which is not supposed to be happening, but it's happening. Meaning to say that you can still come to Jamaica and party if you so desire. I have to quarantine for 14 days. I'm on day 9. So I'm waiting patiently so that I can get out in the community and, have fun without, violating any of the rules that are in place here. So I have 5 more days after today's date, and I'll be here probably to the 15th of the month. What else did I want to talk about? The social distancing, the test results that we're not getting, the discrepancy as far as where you can travel to, whether it's the tourist quarter or the actual villa, which we signed signed a document saying that you could be fined or jailed if you leave your villa. So as of the 1st, things have changed, but I wonder if those changes apply to people that are already here or people that are new into the country. Wasn't defined in the press conference. Andrew Holness has a Facebook page and an Instagram page. If you guys are traveling those states and need clarity, I'm done with the travel part. Like, I did all my research prior and it went out the window because when I got here, they said I couldn't leave the villa. So I'm getting a notification now. It says upload check-in video, please submit your health check-in. Random. So I'll go ahead and do that in a few minutes when I finish this video. But now that things have changed, is there still a tourist quarter? Can you still travel into Kingston? Do you still have to stay in your villa? That wasn't specified. And even like I said, with all the research that I did and every press conference that I watched, still didn't say anything about never leaving your villa. So guys, just make sure you do your research. And the number one thing that I say with all travel, is be flexible. This is not your home. You cannot come in and mandate that they treat you a certain way or you have rights, which we like to do, as privileged people or privileged countries think anyway, that they're privileged and can come in and tell other countries how to run their country. That's not what happens. And, it's disrespectful and you can probably find yourself in a lot of trouble, which I have not. So with that being said, be flexible, be understanding. This is a pandemic. Jamaica has stayed pretty safe for the most part. They have 10 deaths compared to every other country that has high numbers. So be respectful. If people are afraid of you or people are afraid with the travel situation that's going on, respect that. And just stay away from those people because other people are welcoming you with open arms. They want your money. They need your money. People eat off of tourism. So with that being said, be respectful, be courteous, and abide by the rules or the laws that are provided. Don't try to come in and just do what you want to do, just breaking the law, just being, entitled. Just be respectful, like I said. So this is so far the trip has been great though. Like, I have no qualms about anything that's happened so far. I'm here doing what I came to do, which is enjoy the country, enjoy the food, enjoy the beach, the sun, the people, and I've been able to do that. So after my 14-day quarantine, it won't much change. When I come here, I have a nice Airbnb. I stay inside. I go out when it's dark because it's hot as shit outside. But just enjoy yourself. Make sure you come put some money into the community, even if you leave the resorts for a little bit or wherever your location is, and spend some money with the locals. You understand? Spend money with the locals because they're the ones that need the money. They didn't get a bailout. A lot of the businesses got money from the government or other situations, or owned by people outside the country, but the locals are the ones who need the money. So put some money into the community. Make sure you bring cash for tips. Make sure you take care of the people that are taking care of you, because they have been a long time without income. And if you can afford to travel, obviously you're not suffering. So make sure you share those dollars with the people that need them. Again, this is Tamaya Stokes for Wonderless Life. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope your first stop is Jamaica. Now that we can travel, be safe, travel with your mask, and have a good time. Make sure, guys, if you liked the video or you found it useful, you hit the subscribe button, share it with 5 friends who plan on traveling, and have a great day and great travels to you all.